thinking about it.
Continuing in the Garden of Emuna, we're on page 151, honor. Another huge test of Emuna for people in authority. So we spoke about people that are in authority. It could be a police officer. It could be really anybody. It could be a senator. It could be a mayor. It could be the governor. It doesn't make a difference. People that have a tremendous power on other people. People that have a tremendous power on other people and affect a lot of people fall into a lot of pitfalls. A huge one for them is kavod. It's probably what gets people into trouble the most. That and maybe other things that unfortunately people get involved in. But the most important is kavod. Money is another huge one. But kavod ruins. Why? Because if you're in a place of authority, whatever kavod you're getting, that's not real kavod. Because why are they giving you kavod? Because they want you to do what they want for them. They're being nice to you. They're giving you honor. But what happens? This guy doesn't care. He's getting kavod, so it gets to him. He starts to think about how, wow, that felt good, and how the people love me, and sketch. But that's exactly, it's a sketch. They don't really love you. That's not real honor. Because if no one needed you, why would anybody give that guy kavod? If no one needed that guy, right? It's like the guy, okay, so you're going to be nice to him, you're going to bring him a gift, but really, you're only doing it because you need him, you're using him, we're all using him. So, that guy is not really living a real existence. It's all a dinyon. So that's a big problem. Because who's really considered honorable? Only somebody that gives kavod to other people. That's a person that really gets kavod. Person that realizes how to mechabed other people. And not only because people want to, please him so that they can get something out of him. But Shlomo HaMelech says that if a person is running after kavod, he's going to end up falling in the end of the day. And that fall is going to be rough. A person who takes pride in everything, he's going to, in himself, in the honor of what he's doing, and he thinks that he's very, very big, and he uses this, he's going to end up with a terrible downfall. Like we know, and we've seen in the past, how people rise, but the Risha'im get it in the end of the day. There's almost no Rasha in the world that had a good ending. In the end of the day, Hitler shot himself with all what he had. Risha'im don't have the good in the end. They'll get it. But we have to understand that we have to run away from that. Because you know why? Because it's a terrible Yetzer Hara for that kavod. The guy's stuck. It's not his fault, maybe even sometimes. It's such a terribly hard test of Emuna that person has to go through. Kavod is something that we have to run away from. Because once we take any type of consideration that we had anything to do with what's going on in the world, oy vavoy lanu, that Hashem leaves us. That's the antithesis of Emuna. We need Hashem. Hashem says, me and you can't be living in the same world. If it's me, it's either me or you, Hashem says. It's either me in the kitchen or you're in the kitchen. You can't have the both of us. Kavod is the terrible thing. Kavod takes a person out of this world and the next world. The Mishnah tells us. Kavod is the worst thing. We have to get away from that. And you know what happens also? If he's not zocher to the kavod he's getting, let's say he's getting all this kavod just because people really want to please him, just so they can get something out of him. So what's going to happen? He's going to come home and have troubles. His wife is going to give him bizyonot, which we're going to speak about in the next piece. All about the bizyonis. Oy vavoy. We need bizyonot. Bizyonot are going to be a very, very big thing. We know that people that are publicly defamed and don't speak have a tremendous power with their tefillot. We're going to get to being berated and belittled. But a person who takes too much kavod, don't worry, he'll get his end. So if you have a guy that has a lot of power and he's doing the wrong things, don't worry. That's not our job to be worried about. We have to worry about ourselves and how we're doing with Hashem. We need to run away from kavod. At all costs, run away from kavod. We have to learn from Yosef HaTzadik, from this week's parasha, to run away from kavod. It's not me, it's all Hashem. It's all Hashem. That's Yosef HaTzadik. The power of Yosef is to know that it's b'la'adai. It's not me, it's Hashem. Hashem answered Paro's dreams, not Yosef. That's what Paro heard, and then he said, oh yeah? Okay, then you're fit to be king. What do you mean? He just said, I'm the Mabarif, I don't know anything, it's all him, and then you said, okay, you should be king? Yeah, because that's exactly the truth. When we come to the realization that we're not involved, and we give it over to Hashem, and you have everything, you're the Melech. You're a Melech. It's Malchut. And we're coming to Chanukah now. Chanukah, anybody can have access to the Malchut now. Because the Malchut normally doesn't come below 10 tefahim. But now what's going to happen? During Chanukah, the light can come even below. And then that means even us who are on such a low level could be brought up and shot up. That's how great the light of Chanukah is, and how we could bring it in and Yosef and realize that we have this power. We're learning this power. What's the power? That we are not involved. Yes, everything you did, me speaking to you right now is Hashem. I understand that sounds crazy, but this is the Havana that we have to understand, that without Hashem involved and allowing this, it would not happen. That's it. That's what we have to understand. That's what we learn from Yosef, and that's what the rabbi is teaching us here. Get out of it, then you have the kavod. If you get in it, we lose it. So run away from this. Like it's also a Mishnah, but kavod, you have to stay away from kavod. And we have to pray. Pray. Ask Hashem. Hashem, keep me away from kavod. Help me to be able to run away from this. It's a run from kavod. And then automatically you get it. Shabi zocheh. Hatzlacha rabah.